we go. There we go. Hello. Hey, Cancer Free is here. How are you, friend? Thank you for joining me today. My name is Tammy, and I am in Idaho right now. I love sharing about the program that I use in digital marketing. I promote 4 done-for-you digital products, and this is my journey. Every day I go live to share more information on where I'm at in the business, how it's working for me, and how you can have a successful digital marketing business. So, hello, welcome in. Hey, Sally, Kathy, guys, just tell me where you're from. I'm in Idaho. I'd love to hear where you're from. I've had people from Costa Rica pop in. That was fantastic. So many other states. Gosh, so many cool people have been visiting. And I'm so grateful to see you guys. Hello and good morning. It's Tuesday. So I can't wait to share some exciting news. It's exciting for me because I feel like my life has just changed so much since I started digital marketing. And in fact, well, on the first, it'll be 5 months, 5 months on the first that I have been on this journey with digital marketing. And if you've seen any of my social media posts, you know that I've had, well, 7 other businesses, and there's been nothing like this. And so I can't wait to share more about my journey with you. And today we are talking about why now is the perfect time to start a business. You might think that sounds a little crazy, but it's true. It really is true. Today is the perfect day to start a business, and I've got a plan for you and how to show you how to do that, how simple it is. And anybody else a business owner already? Any Gen Xers? Any retirees? I'm all of these things. And so I want to speak to that population. I want to know, am I reaching my right audience with this information? Right? Retirees, people who need extra income, who would rather work from home. That's me. That's me. I've been a stay-at-home for 30 years, and the thought of going out into the workforce was just terrifying. That was a big no for me. And when I came across digital marketing, it was like, ooh, something I could do from home, 2 hours a day with my cell phone. It's rejection free. It's 100% profit. It's not an MLM. Gosh, there's just so many valuable things about the business that I love. But let's get started. I can't wait to share this good news that I have for you. So today I'm going to talk about how you can discover your gifts, how you can bring that to the business of digital marketing, and how you can make an impact. Your family, your community, your church. And truthfully, I really feel right now in my journey, the biggest impact it's been on me. So this has been an incredible personal development course, right? That you didn't know you needed, but it comes with a paycheck. So how cool is that? And I am here to just share the good news about digital marketing and the changes it's made in me, because you might be in the same place. You might have major debt. Anybody with debt? God, that's me. I can't wait to get out of mortgage debt. In fact, that's my mission. I'm going to be out of mortgage debt in 3 years, even though I have 28 more years left on our loan. That's my goal. That's my mission, to get that accomplished. And I'm going to do it with this program I use with digital marketing. So, hello, everyone popping in. I appreciate you guys. I've got Dr. Martin in the house. And who is this? DJ. Hello, hello. I've got Maine. Hello, friends. Just pop in the comments where you're from and let me know if you're a business owner. I love speaking to business owners. I love sharing the good news about digital marketing, that you didn't know you needed social media marketing. It's a thing. So I love teaching about that. So let's get started. And what I'm going to help you with is to really see the value of working from home, right? Especially as a stay-at-home, that is tremendous. You don't want to give up your free time. You want to continue to make an impact in the family. You want to contribute to the finances. You want to help your family get out of debt. I know you do because it's so common. There's car debt and the house debt and student loan debt, and maybe there's medical debt, right? Not all debt is just chosen. Sometimes things happen and there's no other way. And you end up with this pile of debt. But it's tough because now you are committing that money to somebody else, right? You get your paycheck and you think, great, look at how I can spend my money any way I want. And then you're like, oh, wait, I, I owe somebody else first. And they come right off the top. You have to pay your debts. And then that's not financial freedom. That's painful, right? I'd rather choose where I want my money to go. So I want you to give me about 20 minutes about working from home, creating real income, impactful income. Hey, Jackie. Hey, friend. Yes, it is Tuesday. We are here. Oh, I love it. A Jesus loving grandma. Whoop, whoop. Girl, preach. You know, I was just going to talk about Norman Vincent Peale. I was just listening to his audiobook, and it's The Tough Minded Optimist. Have you ever heard his testimony? Wow. This man, it's incredible to see he's passed, but who he became from where he was from. And it's in chapter 2 of The Tough Minded Optimist, and it was on my Audible. Oh man, Norman Vincent Peale. Norman Vincent Peale wrote the Power of Positive Thinking. So in the Power of Positive Thinking, he is teaching biblical principles to help you live a Christian life. But how much, you know what I found? It's about, right, your heart, mind, soul, strength. And he teaches on every one of those. Isn't that powerful? So he does it in a very incredible way that he actually tells stories of other people who have gone through incredible life change. And I'm telling you, like, I was crying this morning hearing his testimony. Here's a man who had incredible, like, inferiority complex. Really? The man wrote, like, I don't even know, 20 books, 30 books. He taught in the oldest church in America, back east, and he had 10 services. People lined up on the street to get into his church. He's a preacher. Powerful story. And I was like, how do you get from here to there, right? So his testimony was so incredible because it was about really finding out, how do people have life change? And here I am, I'm 5 months into digital marketing. And this is what I'm finding out about myself. Things I never thought were possible are possible. Oh, I don't know why today is such an emotional day, but it is. I have such good news and I can't wait to share. So his story really lit a fire under me because, have you ever had limiting beliefs? Friend, I thought that I didn't have any. What a joke, right? I really did, because when people say, like, oh, what are you afraid of? Or I've had 7 businesses. I've read all the business books. I've read all the self-help and all the positive thinking kinds of books, right? I thought, I am not afraid anymore. There was a time when I was afraid to say, oh, my starter pack for my business is like $200. And that was so hard for me to come out of my mouth because I thought, people don't have money. People don't want that, right? You get these limiting beliefs. Thank you, Jackie. You were so sweet. You were meant to be here. Thank you. Today, it's like, no way, guys. I have the most incredible program, and it's Legacy Builders, and it's $900. I went in full force and got the entire program, right? And I got the website and my domain name and my professional emails for under $1,000. You can start a business. It's a one-time investment. I have zero problem talking about it because I found such an incredible, see, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's powerful, but it's it's all about you. What do you bring to the table? Who are you going to be? That's the biggest challenge. Because the program is perfect, right? Well, nothing's perfect, but the program is step by step. You don't miss a beat. You don't have to know anything coming in. You do not have to be tech savvy. Everything's explained very slowly, methodically. You can stop, play, right? When you're trying to set up your systems, learning how to do social media marketing, all the different platforms, the training is incredible. So this package that you have lifetime access to is well done. You can do this. But the only thing that's different is you. So, can I be redeemed? Oh, well, absolutely. There's hope for everybody, honey. Let me tell you, nobody's excluded. So, when I came to the program, I discovered myself. I had to see myself as a six-figure earner. I had to see myself as having $1 million in the bank. I had to see myself paying off my mortgage debt, which is three figures, which is why that's my goal in 3 years. I had to believe that that's possible. I had to have the faith that it's meant to be, that I can do this, right? You have to have that inner strength. So I'm listening to his testimony, right? I'm talking about Norman Vincent Peale in the tough-minded optimist, right? And it's a story on how he became tough-minded because he was so attacked. And I remember this as a little girl. And I was interested in Norman Vincent Peale's books. They're so right. I think he started Guidepost. Like he's prolific writer and teacher, but he was always studying how did people get life change? What actually happened that moved them from who they were? So maybe they were a drinker. Maybe they were into some really awful sins and they became new. They became different people. And it was only through the power of Christ. That was his bottom line. But at the time, churches were not focusing on sin, right? The natural man, the sin that's in us, and how Christ redeems this, how Christ cleanses us. He said that wasn't the focus. At that time, it was much more intellectual, and that was prized. And here he felt, well, if Christ is doing all the changing and the New Testament is everything Jesus taught, then that's where I want to focus. And he started investigating how did change happen? And it was through faith in Christ and the cleansing that happened and being indwelled by the Holy Spirit made it possible. And these people became completely transformed, right? Their minds are transformed. Everything about them was transformed. So his father was a doctor. His father was a medical doctor who became a preacher. And Norman didn't follow his path so much, right? He went to college, he became a reporter for a newspaper, and the editor of the newspaper was teaching him biblical principles. And he knew he had like this inferiority complex. And he's like, Norman, you cannot be afraid. You need to toughen up. And let me tell you how, right? So he takes that to heart and he starts searching. And he goes to theology school and it becomes this intellectual. Kind of reminds you of C.S. Lewis. Have you ever followed C.S. Lewis? He wrote the Narnia series, and his testimony of he's going to college, he's around all these intellectuals, you start thinking a certain way, and it's like, but it wasn't inside. It wasn't life-changing. So I bring all of this up to say I was really given a gift this morning because I came up against another limiting belief. In fact, let me share this first. My very first realization about limiting beliefs was about going live. So when I come to digital marketing and I hear one of the best ways to reach an audience, to get more eyeballs on your business, right, to become relatable is to go live. And I said, no, not for me. Not for me. That sounds too scary. That's causing a lot of anxiety, right? Fill in the blanks, right? All your fears come out when you have to do something new. And I heard Tim. So do you know Tim Hess? He's doing his lives and he's just so conversational. I'm not very conversational. Thanks, Jackie. I'm glad you appreciate this. He says, I like going live. I love it. It's so much fun. And I thought, he said this was fun. So here I had my limiting belief of it's hard, it's scary. Well, obviously it's new. Of course it's going to feel that way. But he said this is fun. And that's when I thought, a light bulb moment, I found my limiting belief. I thought I could do this business without going live. I refused to do something. And yet somebody else said it was fun. Oh, it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be scary. And so that's when I changed my mind. And that's what I mean about you found your limiting belief when you hear somebody else say it's possible. You can do this. And you thought, no, I couldn't, but they're doing it. So is it possible? Right? You start questioning what you thought was true. And it ends up, it's not true. My thoughts were not true. Going live is fun. Going live is really, I'm so proud of you. It's tough. I will say it's scary. I think my first one was 10 minutes, right? That was my limiting belief that I couldn't figure it out or it was going to be hard all the time and not giving yourself permission to learn. And yeah, you have to learn live. But you go 10 minutes, you go 20 minutes, you have a script, you learn where all the buttons are. I mean, here's the thing. I'm so new. It's been about a month and a half going live. I'm so new. I don't have hundreds of people on here chatting away, making it complicated. When I say this business grows with you, it's such a truth, right? You start small, and as your skills grow, as you grow, your business is growing with you. So it's such a lovely progression. So you just give yourself some time, give yourself some grace to figure it out. And I bet you're going to love it. You are going to love it. So here's the thing. I have been struggling doing anything on any other platform. I have my TikTok family, I have my YouTube family, and it has been brought up many times that maybe I should go Facebook, Instagram. And I kept saying, no. One is because I came to TikTok brand new, fresh. I didn't add any contacts. I've never been on the platform before. And it's been about 4.5 months. And I've really come to love it. I've met incredible people here. I've just been so blessed by the people that are helping me through the business and encouraging me, right? I mean, Jackie's a perfect example how community members love on each other and help and support, and it's such a blessing. But I've felt the struggle, and I'm realizing this is a limiting belief about doing something on those other platforms where I have a following already. And the idea of presenting myself to that audience is tough for me because I came to TikTok and I could be this new version of myself. And when I go to those other platforms that I've had for 10 years or more, and I'm going to come to that platform as a new version of myself, that's where his testimony comes in, because he's like, do not be afraid of anybody or anything. Norman Vincent Peale was so attacked by church leaders, so viciously attacked for his style of teaching, of encouraging people, right? Teaching about positive thinking. Now you hear that and it sounds very surface. Just change your thinking, right? And life's going to be better. Where he literally gave all of his beliefs, right? Belief in God and Christ is who he said he was, and born of a virgin, and the Holy Spirit indwelling in the cross and the Apostles' Creed. Like, he literally said all the beliefs that I have. He said, but other church leaders were so against him because he was doing something different. He was presenting the gospel in a unique way. It's like he snuck it into a book called The Power of Positive Thinking. He was presenting Christian values and the Christian principles in his books. And then his preaching was so down to earth, and his preaching was so accessible. That's why people were flocking to him, because they were hearing it in a new way. They were hearing it in a way that they could understand and apply the message. That's the biggest thing. So his whole chapter was like, do not be afraid. He had to overcome. That's why the book's called The Tough-Minded Optimist. Oh, well, you're being attacked. Oh, well, somebody said something nasty about you. Oh, he had to grow a thick skin. And this is a man who came from being, what was that word I was using, right? He had that self-doubt. He didn't have a lot of self-confidence. To being a man who's selling millions of books and is preaching, what I think I heard him say, 10 services are going through his church. And now he's being attacked, and you have to decide, what are you going to do? And he was ready to quit. And his dad, who's a preacher at the time, is like, son, you're an amazing preacher. And he said, you have combined science and psychology and exercising to the gospel. Like, you are helping more people find transformation through the gospel in such an incredible way. You have found this mind, body, soul healing in people. You've given them this gift. And by the way, Peels don't quit. And then that's when he was like, probably. He probably was. He was so strong. He was so confident. And he said, you know what? I've prayed on this. I know what the scripture says. I know what I'm teaching is true, and I'm not afraid. God gave this to me. I can do this. And I'm not going to let what other people say change that. And so then he gives an example where he says, there was a woman who came to my church, and it was like, well, hey, what led you to our church? And she said, well, the devil led me here. And she starts laughing because she said the church she went to, her pastor would preach about the evils of Norman Vincent Peale. She said he talked negatively about you so much. I had to find out. I got curious. What has this guy got? She says, I go to church and the lines to get into your church are wrapped around the block. What's going on in this church? So she goes and she's like, I just heard the gospel. And she goes again, and it's the same thing. And so she finally goes back to her pastor and said, are we talking about the same Norman Vincent Peale that you are so against? Oh, there's only one. And she's like, well, I just went to his church. And I think I hear it. He's teaching the gospel. So I won't be coming back to your church anymore. Like when you know in your heart that that's what God put in there, what do you have to be afraid of? So I came to the conclusion this morning, what do I have to be afraid of? I want to grow my business. I think I want to go and teach on Facebook and Instagram to my warm market that I was so against starting there. But I think this was for the best, right? Because I have grown my confidence, my belief in this business in the last 5 months. That's brought me to a place, well, oh, well, if friends and family don't want to hear and see me doing this business, this is me now. I want to teach. I want to help others find what they're looking for. If you're looking for more finances, do you want to help your family get out of debt and you want to help your family achieve something, leave a legacy, right? Us grandmas do not want to leave debt behind. We want to leave a legacy for the family. And one of the other beliefs I had was if I make 6 figures, my husband will be so proud of me. And I have to believe that it's not going to be a problem if our family is starting to earn 6 figures in our retirement. And I was okay with that. And what's fun is I learned I always shied away from leadership. This is another quality of mine. In fact, if any of my friends and family watch this, you will totally vouch for this. If it had the word leadership on this, I have failed at that over and over again. I was not a leader. And I finally took on a very small leadership role in my church and without hesitating. And one of the things that happened was I realized the people on my team, the people helping me do the project, know what they're doing. They're there because they want to be there. I'm just going to be the person who gets the information first. That's the leader. And then they're going to disseminate the information. And so that's just my role. I'm there to encourage, to support, to work side by side with my team. But that's the leader. Somebody needs to say, I'm showing up every day. I'm showing up for the project. I'm showing up and I am here. I'm going to do the work. So I thought, well, there's an example of life change already. This is what I'm talking. If you are looking for an incredible personal development course with a paycheck, you've come to the right place. So when I teach about legacy builders and digital marketing, this is where I've come so far in these 5 months that I've been with the program, that I'm willing to let go of what I think might happen on other platforms to what can really happen, and how I can be true to myself and not fear anymore. I'm not going to carry that anxiety going forward because I have been transformed. I am new and I don't need to be afraid. So I want that for you as well. You you can make it happen. He gave in this book, The Tough-Minded Optimist. Um, if you think you can, you can. I've always struggled with that idea. One was because I didn't know, ooh, can I, can't, right? It was kind of like I have to manufacture this belief versus understanding your potential. That's what kind of changed for me. That gave me a new light bulb moment, right? Understanding my potential. If I think I can, I can. So if you take that step of faith and say, I think I can start a new business. I heard how simple it is. I heard that it's 2 hours a day. I heard it's step by step. I've heard that it's 100% profit. I heard that it's rejection free. I've heard that it's a done for you program. It's a business in a box. I've heard that it's less than a TV. I've heard that it's, less than a cell phone. And I can start a business and have lifetime access to education. And there's free mentoring, free coaching, a free community of business owners who want to see you succeed. Don't you want to rub elbows with six-figure earners and millionaire earners and know what they know and figure out how did they do that? Well, let me tell you, it starts here. It starts in your faith and belief that it can happen. So when I say, if you think you can, you can. And I had to borrow that belief. Like I said, when I was going live and I had to hear someone actually say, it's fun. I enjoy it. And that's when I was like, oh, I think I can. I think I want to try this now. You can have that belief when you think you can. That's what potential is. That's when you're tapping into your potential. I wonder what would happen if I tried this. I wonder what the day would be like. I wonder what my life would be like. Start imagining that. Being a six-figure earner, having $1 million in the bank, what would that do? If you could add on to your house or pay for college for your kids, or what's the biggest goal you can think of? What's the biggest goal? I understand if you're struggling and you would think $900 a month would make the biggest difference. Friends, if you found Legacy Builders and you put in $900 and you started your business and your first sale was $900, it's already paid for itself. You're out nothing. So this is me, nevertoolateincome.com. I teach on digital marketing and I teach motivational, encouragement, business-minded concepts. And this is how I lead with education. I was so excited to find out Legacy Builders was an education program that came with free mentoring. When I've had other businesses, guys, I didn't have somebody there with the blueprint on how to do this. I didn't have somebody saying, oh, don't do this. Oh, come over here and do that. You should start with this. That's what the program does. It's step by step and free mentoring. And this is where I get my strength, my belief. seeing other people do it. So now that I've got you totally hyped up about starting a business, let me tell you all the details, or just some of the details. If you go to nevertoolateincome.com, put your email in and you will get back information on starting your own business. You will get the 6-figure blueprint. Right, your first email back from me is going to have the blueprint on having a digital marketing business. What does it look like? But to start, I found Legacy Builders for $900, and I have 4 income streams. I chose this for that very reason. The next program available is Digital Mastery. If you start with Digital Mastery, you'll have 3 income streams. If you start with the Passive Daily Pay Blueprint, it's $300. Or maybe you just need the Launchpad for $100. Go to nevertoolateincome.com and read about each of the programs and what they offer. So I chose Legacy Builders because it had all the education, everything in one package. And then I could promote 4 done-for-you digital products. This is where the income is. Every time someone wants Legacy Builders, it's a $900 payday. Or Digital Mastery is $600 payday, right? So when I say you buy this one-time investment, and you promote these products, you will have paydays on each of these programs. There's a $29 website fee, and that website fee is attached to the program. So I chose Legacy Builders, and it was a $29 website fee, one time. And it's built for Legacy Builders because it provides the other 3 programs in that same website. If you chose Digital Mastery for $600, you pay $29, but you only have 3 income streams. If you want to upgrade to Legacy Builders, you'll have to pay the $29 again, because then that website is built on 4 income streams. Then I had a $12 domain name. I chose nevertoolateincome.com, and it's an annual, $12 annual to have your domain name. And then $12 for my professional email. So I have a professional email attached to nevertoolateincome.com. Right? So for under $1,000, you can start a business. This one-time investment and these annual fees, right? There's no monthly fees. We're using social media for our promotion. It's free. We're using the discovery method. People can find and search my content for free. It's always available. You could also advertise with copy and pasting free ads. That's faceless marketing, if you like that idea. You can also do your content faceless. I mentioned that, but you can. I believe, I've been told, I did not go faceless, but I've been told going faceless takes longer because you have to build trust. People need to know who you are. What do you teach? What do you stand for? What do you believe, to follow you and to see if this is right for them? And if you go faceless, it might look really gorgeous, but they don't know who it is they're buying from. So some people hesitate that way, and it might take longer for you to build, your brand, your reputation, versus if you put yourself out there and make your content, people will know you. They get to understand you. So this is me, nevertoolateincome.com. Just put your email in and get more information. In fact, let me show you really quick. I think we have the best. So this is our community, right? I was telling you how for free you get a community, and I believe we're at 43,000 right now in our community. And I love looking at our wins. So every day I love to come out here and say, what are people excited about? What are they sharing what their day's been like? I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I had my first customer today. $100 ding while I was driving. I made my first sale. My newest wheels is a BMW X3 because they did digital marketing. All things are possible. I just upgraded. I've made, what is that? Is that 300,000? 300,000 in rand. South African dollar, 300,000 in sales. $900. I was walking in the door from the gym and making my coffee, and they made a sale. This is what I'm talking about. When you come to Legacy Builders or any of the programs, you get these landing pages. So this is John and Marge. This is where you would put your email in. And here is where you learn more about the program. These pages are included in the price. They're done for you. But this is why, like, I've had people put their emails in at midnight. That's when they're ready. So people are at the gym and they're making money because they have an automated system working for them. Got it. Put your info in. My dog's going crazy. So I want to wrap up. Thank you for joining me today. If you want more information on the program I'm using, nevertoolateincome.com. Put your email in, get the information, read through it, decide if it's right for you, or write me back. That's an email from me. You can write me back and let me know what you think. So you guys have a great day. Happy Tuesday. And I will see you tomorrow. I will see you on Wednesday. Have a great day. Thank you, YouTube. Have a blessed Tuesday.